Hi, folks. Welcome back to some more Colorado Rockies baseball. We are on to the NLCS. We are taking on another Pennsylvania-based team in the Philadelphia. We beat the Philadelphia Phillies. We are on to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Took down Cincinnati in round one after going down 0-1 and then coming back and winning both at home. Split with Philadelphia at home. Or on the road, split with them at home, and then won the final decisive Game 7. Each team won every other game. And now we have 2 at home against Pittsburgh, it looks like, 3 on the road, and then 2 at home here against to wrap things up. Pittsburgh was the 4 seed. We are the 3 seed, so we have the home field advantage here. On the American League side, Minnesota fell to Cleveland. Houston beat Tampa Bay, so it's going to be the Astros and the Guardians. And let's check out Pittsburgh and see what we're up against. We faced them a couple times this year. We're familiar with them. They're a hot team. They just played in a very stacked NL Central. Let's check them out for one final time. All right, lineup-wise, here's what they are rocking with. Obviously, we know Bryson Stott, Tamar Johnson in the middle. Stott, so far this year in 32 at-bats, 187 average. Jared Triolo, and this is against right-handers, in right field, is a utility guy. He isn't hitting very well. Henry Davis has picked up some power, but still not hitting like great 241, but again, has been driving in runs, has been hitting the ball over the fence. Tamar Johnson's been really tearing it up, 367 average, a couple home runs, and 30 at-bats. And then Brian Hayes, 360 average. So right here, 1, 2, 3, the 3, 4, 5 of their lineup is going to be interesting. It's probably against lefties. Hayes is going to move up. Stott might move down or something like that, but we'll check out that lineup in a moment. Aidan McGreary, okay. Jace Brown in center field, more just fielding depth. Sammy Ciani, he's having a pretty good postseason. 34 games with the Pirates. He just mashed, and they kept him on. They kept him rolling, and he's been rolling into the playoffs looking like a stud. And Enrique Bradfield. Crazy that they're DHing him. I would probably do something different. Maybe put Triolo somewhere. I mean, they're a really good fielding team, but first base seems to be a weakness defensively. But really, you can move Jace Brown anywhere. So maybe Brown at first base, and then DH McGreary, and then Bradfield center field. But I'm not going to tell them how to run their team. Actually, I'm very happy with this. Against lefties, that's when they put Bradfield back in center field. It's Stott, Triolo, Davis, Tamar Johnson, and Brian Hayes. So top 5 stays the same no matter what. Steve Cedeno would be getting the at-bats against lefties. Here's what he's done in his career. Been up and down with Pittsburgh over the past few seasons. This year had 42 games played, 7 home runs, OPS 844. He's produced basically every single stint he's had with Pittsburgh. The previous 2 extended runs haven't gone fantastic for him. He did have 11 home runs in 89 games with Pittsburgh in 2027. But here in 2030, this small sample size, but it's been a pretty decent sample size. We'll see if he's definitely going to get to run. We have a bunch of lefties in a rotation, as you know. McGreary back at first. Enrique Bradfield been hitting very well, and then Sammy Ciani. Nick Gonzalez might come off the bench for some infield depth. Also hits lefties pretty well. Nasim Nunez. He's middle infielder as well, kind of well-rounded bat. Andy Rodriguez could be a very interesting get. I think that he's a really good player on paper. Also has that first base, so maybe him over McGreary if McGreary continues to struggle. That would be an option. He has first base, corner outfield. He has some versatility, really strong arm. And then obviously Brown on the bench when Cedeno comes up. Now let's check out their pitching rotation. And we're right here. Might as well just check it. Actually, we're going to go to the rotation screen because we don't get any of the ERAs right now. All right, Paul Skeens, been Paul Skeens. We're going to get in game 1 probably 15 innings pitched, 2.87 ERA, 21 strikeouts. Just been flat out disgusting. Johan Oviedo, 2.45 ERA. He's been just as promised. And then Jared Jones got hit around a bit. That's interesting to see. Anthony Solometo, who we played, and we hit him around a little bit. And then Bubba Chandler hasn't really got a game in yet. So first 2 games are going to be pivotal. We'll see who they have lined up for us. We'll check that in a minute. But if it's Skeens Oviedo, we're going to have our money cut out for us at home. And then they have these guys to kind of get that home crowd behind them, potentially, to keep them alive. Thomas Harrington, he's pitched 7 innings of shutout ball. Jack Flaherty has gone in there, 3 2/3 inning, 9 strikeouts. He's been awesome out of the bullpen, a .55 whip. Xander Muth, 7.71 ERA, hasn't been fantastic. Luis Ortiz has been great. Braxton Ashcraft only got in for a third of an inning and gave up some runs there. Josh Fleming has been well. Andres Munoz has not done well. And Jose Hernandez, who's been a shutdown closer the last 2 years. Probably the best relief pitcher in the game if we're looking at the last couple of seasons. Had, 2 saves coming into 2029, and then has gotten 105 in the last 2 seasons. Utterly incredible. So a little hit or miss, but if they play their bullpen right, they can be dangerous. And again, looking at our calendar, it's going to be Johan Oviedo. So we just missed Paul Skeens. We won't get Skeens until game number 3 or 4, it looks like. So that's great. We got Bobby White, J.J. Rose. Our rotation is just turning over. I think this is a really, really, really good spot to be in, pitching rotation-wise. And actually, before we do anything, let's check out our team. How have we been doing? Stephen Kwan, definitely a better postseason than we've seen from him in the past. Amador's been getting singles. We'd like to see the power tick up a little bit. Nolan Jones has a couple home runs. Jazz Chisholm absolutely on fire the last couple of series. Gorman doing okay. Tommy Domine had that big series against Cincinnati. Ezekiel Tavares showed up. Drew Romo and Sterling Thompson has been great. Troy Wood in his game went 1 for 3, and we really haven't. Mark Winchester was awesome. So we have been getting good offensive production from just about everywhere. There's no guys hitting in the 100s other than Drew Romo, and that's fine with the defense we get from him. But we have guys hitting around 250 to 300. It's been consistent, and you like that in the playoffs. For our pitching rotation, Bobby White's been great, even though the 0-2 record, he just kind of got unlucky in the opening games. I mean, if you look at those games, I think 1 run given up all of that game 1. J.J. Rose has been solid. Bud Leonard got hit around a bit, and James Mora, we trusted him to go out there in Game 7, and it worked. And then Marco Garcia's gotten a lot of run out of the bullpen. Bo Brisky continues to give up, be an absolute stud in the postseason for us. Rafael Parra got hit around a bit, but that was in kind of mop-up duty. Albert Azale hasn't looked great. Brandon Barea has gotten in there. Gregory Santos has gotten in there. And Roger Calderon has gotten in there. All right, folks, it's time. We got Pittsburgh. NLCS starts now.
Finally hit here in the NLCS, where we take on the Buccos, one of the best teams in the league this year. I believe they were the first team we faced at home this year in our first homestand of 2030, and they have a really, really, really good squad led by Cy Young winner Paul Skeens and their deadly pitching staff, which we went over just before this game. I think they're beatable. I think we have a couple of games before we get to Skeens. We can pull off some wins there. I think we're in a really, really, really good spot. And it all starts with winning game number 1. Got to go out. Got to go win game 1. That's a very important stepping stone in any series, especially a series where we're this close to the World Series, where we won in 2028, trying to get back there. Had a disappointing exit a season ago. These guys battled back. We have some new tweaks to the roster, some new additions. But also a lot of familiar faces from that title team. It is Pittsburgh. It is Colorado coming up right here. We got our man, Bobby Blanco, Bobby White, our first pick in my tenure here. And he has been nothing but lights out in the playoffs. So far, got a rough deal, an 0-2 record in both of his games. 2.45 ERA. Has pitched very, very well, just haven't got the run support from his teammates that he has needed. And he starts off this first inning getting the first two batters, and then a shot into down the line by Henry Davis gets by Nolan Jones. Will be a stand-up double. Thought about a triple for half a second. Just like that, the Pirates have a guy on second base. Next batter is Tamar Johnson. He will go looking at the two-seamer. So did give up the double, but got out of the inning clean. Bobby White trying to settle in early, kind of get a nice little roll and carry that into some later innings for him. He's been pissed off that he's had some really good performances, but came away with the L. He's sniffing a W today. Hopefully we get it for him. Going to be Johan Oviedo for the Pirates. 2-0 record, a 2-4. So basically the same exact stat line we've seen Bobby White have, except for he got those wins. I think exactly 11 innings pitched in 2 games, a 2.45 ERA, strikeout rate in the 20. I think Bobby's a little bit higher. The difference is he's getting wins. Bobby isn't. See if we can flip that script. Adael Amador has been a little quiet this postseason, but rips the single up the middle. He'll be on first base. Brings up Nolan Jones, 2-2 count. He's 248 or 258 this postseason, and gets a fastball blown right by him. It's a challenge me fastball, and challenge she did. And Jones way behind it. It's probably looking off speed. Jazz Chisholm lets the fastball go. Looked like it clipped the corner. Jazz will live to see another pitch. 3-2 count. Runner will be off with 2 outs in the inning. There goes Amador, and Chisholm spits on that one wisely. So 2 pitches close. Gets Chisholm aboard. And it's 2 runners on now for Nolan Gorman. In a 1-0 count, he takes a fastball inside, puts it into right field, but not deep enough right before the warning track, and they will put it away to end the inning. So we get 2 on, nothing comes of it, and each team has a hit, each team has gone on base, and now the nerves and the butterflies can fly away. It's time to play some baseball. Top 2, it's Jace Bowen, an outfielder for the Pirates. He's going to go up the middle, and he'll be on first base with 2 outs in the second inning. So that's back-to-back innings in which White is giving up a hit to the last man, or the would have been third out of the inning, and then gets the next guy out. Sammy Ciani, out to Nolan Jones, who is there to put it away. So another hit for the Pirates, but yet another runner stranded from Bobby White. And still no score here, as we've gotten up and down a couple of times for the Pirates now. And in the third inning, stop me if you heard this sentence before. 2 outs in the inning, Bobby White gives up a base hit. And the next batter is Henry Davis this time, who got that base hit the first time we saw it. This time won't beat Domine, the sure-handed first baseman down there. He's going to make a stab at it. 3 hits, none of which have come back to bite Bobby White. Let's see if the Rockies offense can get anything going. It's Sterling Thompson starting us off, and a weak hit up the middle, and dies as soon as it hits that dirt out there behind second base, but he will be on first. So a good single from Sterling Thompson. He's had a really good postseason as our 9-hole hitter. There might be thoughts about moving him up if a guy like Stephen Kwan doesn't start putting things together. An 0-for-4 game in our Game 5 against Philadelphia. This time at least gets a hit here, and 2 on, no outs. 1 down as Amador was set down. Nolan Jones gets a slider hung high. This won't leave, but it's going to score 2. Thompson scores, so does Kwan. 2 RBI double for Nolan Jones, and we have scored first. He has been such a consistent star for us since I have gotten here 6-7 years ago now, and he has been our franchise. He is our pillar, our cornerstone, and he's showing it here in the NLCS. And that our win expectancy jumps up by 80%. I don't buy it at all. I will buy it now. Jazz Chisholm absolutely mollywops that baseball. You like Jazz Chisholm, 417 feet for his 5th home run of this postseason in his 9th game of the postseason. He has hit 5 home runs. He is a super star. And we all of a sudden have a 4-run lead over the Pirates. Nolan Gorman keep the good times going. Back-to-back hits for the Rockies. This one just a single, but it keeps the inning alive. It keeps the momentum going. Is Pittsburgh going to think about maybe taking Oviedo out? Well, that decision becomes a little more hard after Oviedo gets the ground ball he needs. Did hang that slider, though. More on Domine not getting a good hold on it than it was Oviedo making a good pitch. But we got 3 big hits in that inning from our Rockies. And we turn it into, or I think 4 big hits in that inning, turn it into 4 runs. Brian Hayes, however, has been a thorn in our side. I think every time we play the Pirates, he ends up having a 2-for-5, 4-for-5 day, 4-for-4 day with a double and a home run every time. He just is a guy who kills us. Jace Bowen, this one's hit high and deep. Bending, stays fair. Rings off of the foul pole in left field, and Bowen goes deep for the first time this postseason. Didn't hit it all particularly well, but as we know here in this ballpark, all you got to do is hit it hard enough. It won't even register as a hard hit on Baseball Savant. Didn't hit 95 miles per hour exit velo, but does do enough to clang off of the big yellow pole out there. Sami Ciani he saw that 3rd inning we just had, that bottom of the 3rd inning, and this is exactly how you want to do if you're the Pirates. You want to steal that momentum from the crowd immediately if you can. Go out there, get 2 runs, and then we're going to go talk to Bobby White. Definitely can still say, like, this isn't a poor outing, especially if he gets a strikeout right there, which he does on Enrique Bradfield. Does have the 2 runs. Give us 2-3 more innings. If you can do that, we're beautiful. We are beautiful. Don't let this inning hang around in your head too much. We talk to him. 1, 2, 3. Down goes Bradfield. Ezequiel Tovar gets a pitch right around the knees, and he loved it. He swings this one all the way out, and he's going to pop up off of the wall into the stands for a ground rule double. Just hit this one on the screws right into the deepest part of the ballpark. Stephen Kwan the other way, and that will do it for the inning. So nothing happens of a leadoff double. The next few guys go down in order, and here we are as we head into the later innings as Jack Flaherty is now going to take over. Oviedo's day is done. Here's what Flaherty has done so far in 3 innings. He strikes out just about everyone he sees. Has not given up a run yet, and that streak, well, put it on hold as Tovar won't be struck out there on the 1-2 count late on the sinker, but did enough to get that bat head out there and flip it into right field. So that will be a base hit, 3-2 count. Drew Romo up the middle, and this is going to get by Tamar Johnson. And with Tovar on the run on the 3-2 count, this will bring the run in. Drew Romo gets to Jack Flaherty, first person to do that all postseason. Granted, in about 3 innings or so, but still, this one goes right under the glove of Tamar Johnson. That's the difference between a line out to end the inning and a double to bring a run in from first base. Sterling Thompson, however, will continue the trend that most hitters face against Flaherty in the postseason, which is punching out. But Rockies do get an insurance run, put this lead back up to 3. Drew Romo, timely hitting. Love to see that from our catcher. That will do it for Bobby White as well. We're going to Ryan Helsley. First appearance in the postseason in the limited action for us in the regular season was phenomenal. Strikeout. Thanks for playing. Sami Ciani, 102 at the numbers. Do something about it. Enrique Bradfield, yeah, curveball for you. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Ryan Helsley. And he throws a dominant frame in the 7th. And we go to the bottom of the inning. The Rockies trying to add on. They don't, but we're going to keep Helsley back out there. 3rd straight strikeout. He was rolling. So we said, why the hell not? 101 on the corner paint. Another fastball on the 103 this time. 4 straight strikeouts for Helsley. First postseason appearance, he is absolutely dominating. Henry Davis, see you fucking later. Fastball at the fucking shins. Doesn't matter. He's swinging through it. 5 straight strikeouts for Ryan Helsley. The Ryan Helsley game here in Game 1. Uno. This one is dos. Can we see Trace? Oh, man. He's making me sick how filthy he is. 5-2 Rockies head into the bottom of the 8th. Flaherty still out there and 40 pitches. Here's pitch 41 to Tommy Domine. Saw it off. This will hang up and fall. And a single for Domine in what could be the last Rockies hoorah offensively. Ezequiel Tovar in the 7th spot. 2 for 3 on the day. Is hit very, very nicely. And he will continue to get ahead of that fastball. Hits it high, hits it deep by the track, and it is caught right up against the wall by Ciani. So Tovar can't make it a 3 for 4 day with a big fly. 10 hits, 5 runs. Will that be enough for the Rockies? Johnson, Hayes, and the rest coming up. And get the Marlboro Reds out, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing to you your closer, number 52, Roger Calderon. 3 for 3 this postseason on saves. We brought him in a little bit early a couple of times. He's done nothing but do the damn thing. Mar Johnson, your victim number 1, my friend. Pop up Amador in shallow right field. Under it, put it away. Out 1 on 1 pitch. So Calderon. Then has Brian Hayes. Grounder to Tovar. Sure-handed. Boom. There you go. 2 outs in the inning. And then Aiden McCreary. Pop up. There's Tovar. And that is your ball game. Rockies take game 1 of the NLCS. 5-2. Thanks to a big 3rd inning where we scored 4 runs, I believe. Capped off by a home run by Jazz Chisholm. A double by Nolan Jones broke us open. And then Drew Romo went out there and did a little bit of work in the late innings to give us a 3-run lead just in case. The Pirates tried in the 4th with 2 runs, but that was it. Bobby White finally gets his postseason win. Another very, very good performance. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. And Calderon gets his 4th saves. And the Colorado Rockies start off postseason, or the NLCS rather, with a win against a very good Pirates team. And good thing we have one more game at home to kind of carry this momentum over. Get another one up on the Buccos. And we'll see what we can do against them the rest of the series. Let's break down game 1, then move right along into game number 2. Shall we? Stop. Led off the game, went 0 for 4. He had hits by Triolo. Jace Brown, really the only guy that did anything of note with a couple of hits, including that home run. Davis had a double. Ciani had a double as well. 5 innings, 4 earned runs for Oviedo, and the rest was thrown by Flaherty. Everyone in the lineup got a hit, and 2 hits for Tovar. So really spreading the wealth. 10 hits as a team. 9 guys all total hit. Doubles by Romo, Jones, and Tovar. Home runs by Chisholm. And then Bobby White, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts. Helsley, 2 innings, 5 strikeouts. And then the closing inning for Roger Calderon. Let's push ahead to game number 2. Again, back here in Coors Field. We got our lineup, our pitching rotation kind of lined up. So we're going 1, 2, 3, just in that order. And we are going to have J.J. Rose on the bump for us in game number 2 against Pittsburgh. See what they do with the lefty in the lineup. Obviously, teams like to have that lefty, that righty lineup. And we have a pitching staff that were able to jostle between a lefty and a righty. Again, won last night, 5-2, thanks to a big 3rd inning in which we scored 4 runs in that inning. But can we spread it out a little bit more? Obviously, a good offense, an offense that strikes early, strikes often, doesn't go in bunches, kind of plays it out. Jared Jones, one half of the Allegheny Electric Factory, as they called when they broke out together in 2024. And we're going to get Paul Skeens maybe not until game 4 here, because I think he just went before this series started. We'll see how what they try to do with him, but either way, we push Skeens off for another game. We got to win this one. If we lose this one, I mean, Skeens is your Cy Young Award winner could get ugly when we see him next. J.J. Rose in 2 games, 1-0 record, 3.75 ERA, striking out about 29% of the guys he sees. We're behind this guy 100%. This guy has been nothing but nails in the postseason. His first season with us as he gets the strikeout on Davis there at the end of the first. Again, first season with us. Came up halfway through the season, did all right, put him in the rotation as the last guy to make it, did nothing but give us solid outings. We are at full trust with J.J. Rose. Jared Jones, what has he done so far? Well, he got hit around a little bit in 5 1/3 innings in their first postseason matchup. Walk rate up over near 20. So he's walking he walked a lot of guys in that one appearance. We'll see what he does here. And first thing he does is plunks Nolan Jones. So wrong last name apparently. Chisholm, he's up now, trying to take advantage. Gets a hold of the fastball inside, puts it up. Going back is the right fielder and right against the fence. And that will do it for the inning. Jared Triolo out there. So you almost get a hold of Jones. He does give us a base runner, but nothing doing. Johnson, Hayes, and Cedeno coming up. Tamar Johnson. Yeah, that's a pimp job if I've ever seen one. Holy smokes. Tamar Johnson absolutely crushes that baseball off of J.J. Rose, and just like that, the Pirates are in the lead. Middle fastball, and he put it exactly where you want to put a middle fastball, and that is in the seats. That's all that happened there in the second for the Pirates, and then Ezequiel Tovar keeps his hot postseason alive in the bottom of the second. 2-out rally forming as he rounds first, digs for second base, and he will get in there just ahead of the tag by Bowen. The runner on second base, Drew Romo. Can you drive him in? It does not get about the infield. And wow, Tamar Johnson in the second inning hit a bomb, bottom of the inning, get a web gem to prevent a run. Tamar Johnson doing it all. The second baseman turned shortstop because they signed another second baseman that they would rather not have at shortstop. Doing shortstop things. You love to see it. Sammy Ciani, he's going to draw the walk, the inside fastball. Not temptatious enough for him to chase. That will put him on first base. Jared Triolo, a utility man playing the outfield today, goes into his outfield spot in right field, and a diving effort by Nolan Jones gets by him, bangs up off the wall. That will be a run for the Buccos. Throw comes into second base, and Triolo is there standing with an RBI double. Henry Davis to add on, not quite. Fastball in a good spot to hit. Got ahead of it, just couldn't get the barrel of the bat on it. Will pop out to left field. But Triolo does extend the lead from the Pirates. It is now 2-0. 2 hits for Pittsburgh as Rockies still looking for their first run and their second hit. Well, they get the second hit right here. Stephen Kwan, leadoff man extraordinaire, with 1 out in the third, gets on with a patent single by the first baseman into right field. Nolan Jones will, however, stare at that fastball right on the black, and Jared Jones settling in. This guy that we looked at and said we need to get to him. This is the game we needed to get to him, because up next probably is going to be Skeens. If not, Game 4 will be Skeens, but I doubt Pittsburgh holds Paul Skeens until Game 4 of a series. So we got to get to Jones before Skeens has a chance to shut us down. You know? Brian Hayes again. What is this? What did I do to this guy? Like, what did I personally do? What did my team do personally to this guy? He just hits. He just hits against us. And it feels like he only hits against us. And I hate it. Personally, not a fan. Brian Hayes, double. Another one for Hayes. Brings up Steve Cedeno, who goes into right field. This is hit very, very, very well and over the head of Nolan Jones. Make it a 3-0 ball game as Steve Cedeno is on second base. So a draft pick from the Pirates not too long ago. A guy who's just a hitter. He hits. Might not have a superstar upside, but he'll hit. He'll keep you, in games. And he'll keep himself on the roster because of it. And now it's Hayden McGreary, another first baseman DH type, going the opposite way. With the arm of Jones, keeps Cedeno at third base, but then you got runners on the corner. A ground ball gets you out of the inning. But anything else could really put you back. Enrique Bradfield Jr., the guy you want up in this situation, because even with the ground ball, he has the speed to beat it out. You'll have to beat out nothing. Bases are loaded after the walk, and that's going to do it for the day. J.J. Rose just didn't bring his stuff, and he's still responsible for all 3 runners on, so his day could get even worse if whoever we bring in next doesn't help out the situation. It's going to be Marco Garcia, who has shown in the past to not help out situations like this. However, been fine in his 6 innings here in the postseason. 2.84 ERA, gets a good strikeout rate, has not let one-handedness really dominate him. He's really been going after everybody. We need that from him right now. It's going to be Sammy Ciani, who he has to go out and get. First pitch from Garcia to Ciani is belted. Left field. Chisholm back. Looking up. Grand slam. And we are entering the point of no return. I think the one thing you can't do there is give a first pitch home run. And that's exactly what Garcia did. Triolo looks at the slider. And now we're down by 7 here in the 4th inning. J.J. Rose gets tabbed for 6 of those 7 runs. And we take a look here in the 9th. Again, I talked about point of no return, down 7 at that point. We put up 3. They put up 3 more. And the Pirates go out and they win. Nothing really to see. It never got close. They put up their 3 before we put up our 3. And yeah, so J.J. Rose gets saddled with a loss, 3 1/3, 6 earned runs. And Jones, who it was fine. 4 1/3, 7 Ks. Didn't give you the length, but at that point you really didn't need it. Xander Muth gets the win because Jones failed to go 5. Rose obviously gets the loss. And now we are tied going to Pittsburgh, 1-1, where they have 3 in a row. We need to win these games in Pittsburgh. At least 1 to keep us alive mathematically. I would like at least 2 to set up either a win in Pittsburgh or a win back here in Colorado. Here is how it went down. Brian Hayes and Steve Cedeno, those 2 guys just continue to bully us. And both teams had 10 hits. Just the runs. That's really it. Home runs by Johnson, Cedeno, and Ciani had 1. Jones did all right. Muth ended up going 3 1/3, and Luis Ortiz closed us out the last 4 outs of the ball game. For us, we got production towards the bottom of the lineup with 2 hits from Thompson, Domine, and Tovar, but just nothing of substance. Double by Domine, Thompson, and Tovar, so they all had doubles. RBIs by Domine, Romo, and Amador, but again, too far out into the game. Garcia gave up 2 earned runs. Parra came out for 3 innings. Brisky and Alzolay had to pitch. Erasing that game, moving on to game 3. It's going to be a big one. Bud Leonard. And confirmed to go is Paul Skeens. Yes, it's going to be Bud Leonard, Paul Skeens. A matchup that after we came back from overseas to begin the year, this is a matchup that we highlighted to begin the year. This is the caliber of pitcher we believe Bud Leonard can be. We believe that he is close to being there, if not there already. Did not have the great numbers to back that up for us this year, but this is going to be a big telling point. Go up against a guy that we think you can be, if not as good as, better than. And it's hard to get better than the best in the league, and that was Paul Skeens this year. And Paul Skeens had a really weird career. He's had ERAs that are pretty high in the 5s, low 4s, or high 4s. Hasn't really been the guy that you think Paul Skeens was going to be. And this year turned it all upside down and had that year you thought you were going to get from a guy like Paul Skeens. Now he's about to hit the free agent market and get a bag. Hopefully the Pirates keep him around. That's what Pirates fans are thinking. Here we go. Paul Skeens, Bud Leonard. Let's check out what Skeens has done so far in postseason action this year. As the camera cuts to him, makes him the center of attention. I don't blame it, camera. He is that good to get that treatment. Skeens, 3 games started this postseason, 2.84 ERA, won the Cy Young Award this year, 21 strikeouts and 15 2/3. He's been exactly what he was the regular season in the postseason. Scary for us. Let's see what we got. We got to get to Skeens. We got to make him throw pitches, get him off his game. 2-1 count, and Quan pops this one up, and this will fall. No, it won't! Diving catch by Sammy Ciani. What a play to open up the ball game. Full extension, right in the glove. Sammy Ciani wins that matchup against Stephen Kwan. And Paul Skeens against Jones. Buddy. Buddy. Again, making me sick with how filthy that is. Absolutely insanity. We head into the bottom of the first inning. We got Bud Leonard. His 2 postseason cracks at it. Been okay. 4.50 ERA. Giving up some runs. Hasn't really walked anybody. Striking some people out. We think Bud Leonard can do some really good things today. Let's see if that is backed up. First pitch of the game to Bryson Stott, is put into center field, and it'll be a base hit. Okay. Not a glowing start. I'll be honest. Not exactly what we wanted. Gonna be honest. But early in the game, see what Jared Triolo has. Third pitch of the game. Absolutely belted. This is not good. Not good at all. Double and a run for Triolo. Not great. Absolutely belted that one. Now we got Henry Davis, who he walks. Not a fantastic start for Bud Leonard. Leonard giving up base runners every single time for the first 3 guys, including a run, another walk, and this is not the type of game we can afford from Bud Leonard that we thought we were going to get from Bud Leonard. That we can, and up the middle, another run comes in. Make it another 2 runs come in. And it is 3-0. 2 on. No outs still in the inning for Leonard. And he just doesn't have it today. I don't know where the limit is for him, where the ceiling is, where the pull the lever is for him. But it's not here yet. Gets Bowen out there with a strikeout. So trying to salvage his first inning. And Sammy Ciani, 3-2 count, gets the fastball up. So Paul Skeens gets through the first inning relatively easy on 8 pitches. Bud Leonard gives up 3 runs, 3 hits, multiple walks on like 34 pitches. Sick. Jazz Chisholm trying to help his buddy Bud out. Get out of here. You like Jazz. 375 feet. Back-to-back games with a home run. And again, 10 postseason games this year for Jazz. 6 postseason home runs. On an absolute tear, Jazz Chisholm has been on. Ezekiel Tovar will watch a fastball outside of the zone for 2 outs to put him on and keep this inning alive. 0-2 count on Drew Romo. And he swings and misses. We do get a run. We do make Paul Skeens throw about 20 pitches. So it makes me feel a little bit better about that first inning, but we do need to see Bud Leonard get a clean second inning. Here we are, just about to get a clean second inning. Jared Triolo puts an end to that right there with a single. And Chisholm keeps him at bay at first base. So a single by Leonard, given up by Leonard. Can he get Henry Davis out? Feel like he's kind of on a next batter reaches, you're done type situation here. Davis hits it long and hard. Yeah, and another run is going to come in as Jones goes towards the out-of-town scoreboard. Gets over his head on the dive, and a double and an RBI for Henry Davis. I'm very surprised at the hook being this long for Bud Leonard. I would have probably had someone warming up and had him out of here by now. Does get the strikeout on Tamar Johnson. Still has that filthy ability. Just haven't seen it. And Henry Davis is going to pad the lead for the Pirates. Nolan Jones, 0-2 count, runner on first base, top of the third, and he's going to get plunked. Second straight game that Nolan Jones has worn one off the hit. This one a little harder than the slider he took earlier. Now Jazz Chisholm, one swing of the bat. Could be a tie game. It won't tie the game up, but will make the game a little bit closer into center field via the ground ball. And Sterling Thompson, who got on base to begin the inning, or at some point in the inning, is going to circle all the way around and score. And Jazz Chisholm is responsible for both of our runs today. Jazz Chisholm did not hear no bell. Nolan Gorman, change up right there. He's a guy that can change the game with a swing of the bat each way, with a strikeout and with a home run. And he, decided the strikeout was going to be his best call there. So 2 hits for Jazz, 2 RBI for Jazz, 2 runs for us, 2 hits for us. It's really been Jazz, and that's been about it. Brian Hayes, another fucking base hit. I hate this guy. I want to trade for this guy, put him in single A, and he'll never see the light of day ever again. Yeah, he can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. I don't want him to hurt me anymore. Slow chopper to Amador, flips it over to Tovar, and a nifty double play by our middle infield. 4-2 still is the game, but we will erase 2 birds with 1 stone there. So that's going to help our chances a little bit by erasing some base runners, and then Jace Bowen to end the inning strikes out over the fastball. So we're getting the best stuff from Bud Leonard now. Unfortunately, we still have that sting of that first inning. Whole different ball game without it. But 6 hits, 4 runs on those hits for the Pirates, and we're through the first third of the game. Ezequiel Tovar has been nothing but a pleasure to watch this postseason. Continues. 342 batting average for that base hit. Put it up. Now we're over 350 for Tovar this postseason. He has been spectacular. Drew Romo's had some very key moments for us. And there's another key moment. Hit and run. Tovar off with the pitch. Brings Tamar off of the spot, and then Tovar gets a little greedy, and then Johnson throws him out. I think took a little bit too much dip on his chip, almost beat it, but a great relay by the Pirates keep this a 2-run ball game, and the check swing by Thompson. He went, says the home plate umpire. All right, fine. At least we're aggressive, I guess, right? Okay. Nothing for the Pirates, which is a good sign. Bud Leonard still settling in. And then Stephen Kwan, if we do the math here, it would have been a run if he were to bat in the last inning. But we're not going to keep that math. That's just hurtful math. Math that hurts your feelings. For some people, that's every math. For me, it's this kind of math. So, single to begin the inning, new math. That's good. 3-1 count on Adele Amador, 0 for 2 today. Ground ball up the middle, make it 1 for 3. And now we have 2 on here in the 5th inning to begin. Front 9 is coming to a close, and we would love to close it out with maybe a birdie. Just kind of get us over par a little bit, under par a little bit. Nolan Jones does strike out, the 8th punch out for Skeens tonight. And this is a nasty slider. Starts in the middle of the plate and just ends up right on that edge. And then eventually 0-2 count. Nolan Gorman put into another position to change the tide. And he cannot come through. We squandered 2 on, no out in the 5th. Just like that. What could have been Skeens' final inning for the Pirates tonight. And it will be. As we go to the 6th inning, it's Thomas Harrington on the mound for the Pirates. Ezequiel Tovar doesn't give a fuck. Single anyway. He goes into right field. Top 6 starts off, or not quite starts off, but has a base hit in it for the Rockies. Drew Romo, other way, double play. Makes me very sad. I'm going to cry. All right. We're squandering opportunities left and right here in Pittsburgh. And again, we want to get out of here with a win. Because if we go down 2-1 in that series, no bueno. No good. Got to get a win here. Got to stay above. That's how we beat Philadelphia. Stay above. Marco Garcia, he will come in. And he will pitch. Bottom of the 6th inning for the Rockies. 4 games, 7 innings pitched, 5.14 ERA. Last time we saw him in game number 2 did not go over too well. However, game 3, new chapter. Clean 6th inning. We'll take it. Keep us afloat. Thompson, Kwan, Amador, then our big boppers behind them. They are going to face Josh Fleming, who has pitched in 1 game this postseason, went 2 innings of clean baseball. Did not allow a runner, it seems. See what we can do against the Flem Dog, as I'm going to call him. Starts off with Nolan Jones, gets him out, gets Jazz Chisholm out. Then Nolan Gorman, yet again, he gets him out. So there we are in the top of the 8th inning. The 7th inning had nothing to show. And now we're down to our final swings. As Triolo and the Pirates trying to get 1 more across, maybe 2, pad this lead. Marco Garcia puts the first man on with a hit by pitch. Cutter in on Davis, made him look silly. Former first overall pick. And Termarr Johnson, 0 for 2 today, but has been a thorn in our side so far this series. He goes down on a nasty fastball on the inside part of the plate. And then this one flicked out by Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hallelujah. Not a hit for Ke'Bryan Hayes. However, does set up Pittsburgh to try to close us out here in the 8th inning. And they have one of the best closers in all of the league the past couple of seasons. Here he is, number 85. I think back-to-back reliever of the year in the National League. And Jose Hernandez. 3 for 3 in save ops this postseason. Have given up a couple of runs. We'll see. Tommy Domine. It's his first guy to start out on. Domine has done well against lefties this year. What are you looking at, buddy? Sit down, I guess. 1 out for the Rockies. Tavar, 2 for 2 today. Known lefty killer. Gets a fastball right down Broadway. Pops up. 2 outs for the Rockies. Now our hopes are with Drew Romo. I would have loved to see a pinch hit here, but we're not going to get one. And Romo make me eat my words. A single. Either way. All right, we will take it. So a single in the 9th to keep us alive. Sterling Thompson, 3-2 count. Runner will be off. Up the middle, finds the hole. Romo will stay put at second base, but 2 on, 2 out. Here is Jose Hernandez struggling to put this one away. And so much he'll go back out to the bullpen and then come back out. Nope, to me, Andres Munoz, former Seattle closer. He's been iffy. 2 innings, 3 games, 13.5 ERA, but 27% strikeout rate. Go either way here. And Stephen Kwan is going to go down by way of the K. And that will do it. Pittsburgh wins game number 2. In a hard-fought battle back and forth, they come out victorious and beat us. It's not great. We fall down 2-1 in the series after winning game 1. Let's see what the Pirates have in store for us. We have 2 more here at PNC Park, and we will see those games next episode. Bud Leonard, 4 earned runs, all in the first 2 innings. Settled down a little bit, 2 walks, 8 Ks. It wasn't enough. Too little, too late. Paul Skeens gets the win. He was dominant with his strikeouts as well, and the Pirates take the series lead here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Again, 2 more here on their home turf. They took 1 from us in Colorado. Now take the first one in Pittsburgh. They'll go to their own beds and come back prepared to fight again tomorrow night. Here's the box score. Here's how everything lined up. Quan, 1 for 5. Amador, 1 for 5. 3 strikeouts for Quan. Jones, a non-factor with 2 Ks. Chisholm, a couple of hits. And then multiple hits from Tovar and Romo. That was it. Chisholm, a home run and an RBI. Had our first 2 hits, our first 2 runs, and our only 2 runs. 5 innings, 4 earned, 8 Ks by Leonard. 3 good innings from Garcia. Stott, Triolo, and Henry Davis all had hits, and then 2 hits from Brian Hayes, but most of the lineup kind of silence, but they got enough from that first few batters to put us away. Skeens, 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 earned, and then Harrington, Fleming, Hernandez, and Munoz combined to go perfect. We'll be back tomorrow, trying to win again.